Alright, hi guys. So, alright. Again, this is another video about, metaphysical content, and so if anybody is not into anything that has to do with metaphysics or anything like that, or witchcraft, or anything related to that, I will see you all guys next time. But, if you are interested in, witchcraft and, how I, practice a little bit, or just wanna get to know me just a little bit better, I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna do an altar tour. Now, I have 3 altars, but only one of them, I'm only gonna show you one of them right now, because I'm going to be switching it up for the fall and the harvest and Samhain or Samhain time. So I'm gonna be switching it up just a little. I'm gonna be switching it up, and I wanted to just show you guys what my current altar looks like before I change it, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, so this is what it looks like right here, and all of it's right here. But I'm gonna go through, like, right here. It has a lot of stuff on it. It's like on a plastic shelf. And, we're just gonna talk about things. And we'll go through them and I'll explain what things are. And, I'll maybe go in depth in a little bit of things, but I'm not gonna go into depth totally with some of the stuff, because then it will be too long. Alright, so I should first say, this was definitely dedicated to both Barney and Sassy. If you know me, you definitely probably know the stories. And, you probably have a good idea of why I have them, why I have this altar, and it's mainly dedicated to them and, the rest of who I will consider to be family. Since it is dedicated to Sassy and Barney mainly, and the other members of my family that I would like to, keep a reminder of. So, that's why I have this. Alright, so first off, it's literally just a cat toy. It's literally one of those, cat toys, like, that you would play with them, and it's literally just these two. It's very cheap. I literally got it at the Dollar Tree, and, I have it here. I have it, jury-rigged to the shelf thing with a zip tie, and then the stick is just, balancing right on the edge, and that's, literally, it's just for them. We didn't really play with them a lot with, things of this nature, but since it is a cat toy, I figured, hey, you know what goes good with cats? Cat toys. Alright, okay. So this is a jar of the first spell candle I did. It was a protection spell for my mother and my brother Spencer. And yes, he is a dog, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep calling him my brother. And if anyone doesn't like it, then they can leave. And then I literally just, I whittle sticks a lot. I started doing it again, but, I have, some piece of nature, in here, whittled sticks, and they, for me, it's just, protection, and I have them in here for protection, from a protection candle, remnants. Now, I could have thrown this out, but I decided to keep it and just place it on my altar, so I can just keep those energies, and keep that protection going. Now, usually, like a protection spell usually would probably be either like a charm or anything like that, and spell candles are like kind of limited protection. It's not like a long running thing. For spell candles, it's, you know, it's activated, it's done, it has done its work. But I just wanted to keep it because I didn't really know how to dispose of it. So I kept it around, I put it on here, and, you know, I just added those 2 sticks in, like, a couple days ago, actually, that I whittled. And, you know, we're gonna keep it around. Alright. So, going down here, let's go down here first. So we have another thing I got from the Dollar Tree. This is literally just says family. It's a ceramic thing that literally just says family. And, you know, since it's a familial altar, I'm going to keep it around. I put it on here for just that reason. Nothing too big. Alright. So now this thing right here. We'll get to the phoenix. But this thing right here, it's literally just a cat. It's like a glass cat statue. It's supposed to be gray, but it looks really blue. But it is supposed to be gray. It's like, it's very ambiguous. So I kept it, you know, to, you know, be like a cat statue for both Barney and Sassy. They were both, their colorations were, you know, both gray. So, you know, their main color was gray and white. So, I found this at Hobby Lobby. And originally, when I picked it up, that was the only thing I went to Hobby Lobby for, was something that could represent, you know, a cat. Or cats. And I was looking all over. I couldn't find anything I liked. And I, you know, like just, you know, looking. And this, you know, was on one of the shelves, and it was ambiguous. It was, you know, it could represent both of them. And I took it home. When I picked it up, it was like kind of expensive because Hobby Lobby kind of runs expensive. But they were having a sale that I didn't notice, and it was half off. So instead of $12, it was only like $6. So, you know. Alright, but that's it with that one. Okay, so this is literally just a Funko Pop. It's literally a phoenix. The phoenix is definitely, it's from Harry Potter. I don't know the actual name of the phoenix in Harry Potter. But, you know, the phoenix to me is, you know, it's a death and rebirth cycle. And, you know, this couple of years have just been a death, and it's been a fire explosion, and then, you know, it's kind of a rebirth. So, you know, I originally had him somewhere else on like an elemental altar that I had dedicated to the elements, but I don't really work with the elements as, you know, like very seriously, but, you know. So I have the phoenix, you know, just there because I am a new person now. Like, I'm always changing. Like, it's never just a static thing. Just throughout my life, I've never been static. Things happen and then I change. Which, I guess that's like a normal human life, you know, normal human life thing, but like, these couple of years have been, well, they've been shit. So, but, you know, I think you know, I'm now starting to, you know, come around and, you know, and kind of, you know, it's gotten better. Alright, so this is literally a plate that, was in, it's a Christmas themed plate. But, yeah, I don't really care so much about the Christmas. That's not why, okay, so it was literally in my mom's basement, and she was keeping it there for storage because they still own the house. I don't know why, but they own the house and they're renting it out to a person. but before the new person, moved in, renting the house, I went and raided the basement for a few things, which I was looking for something. I didn't find it, but I did find this plate. And it was in storage. I lived there for 20 years. I got fucked over, so I took it. And I repurposed it. It's not hanging on anything. It's literally just not mounted. It's literally just balancing on the shelf and on the wall. So, it's a metal plate too. Alright, so I just have a little bit of a statue, and then says we always love you with a rose quartz, right there. Rose quartz is usually, it's basically it's a love stone, so that's a bigger piece of rose quartz. I literally got that from a friend. Like, she's obviously watching this, so thank you, Jane, for that. So I had a smaller rose quartz. It's right here in this bowl. It's a smaller rose quartz, which I have in here. I don't use a lot of rose quartz in my practice, but I have that rose quartz here. Alright. Here is just an offering to Barney, Sassy, and Bastet, a protective goddess that I don't work heavily with her, but I do, like having her around, her energy around. So I have some catnip and then cat treats here. Here is literally just a stone I picked up, and I was gonna give it to somebody, and then it's literally a stone, so I kept it around. And it's, pink, and pink is a loving sort of thing, so I kept it around. And I put it on the altar. Rose quartz wand, another gift given to me by Jane. And it's a rose quartz wand. It's an organite type of deal, which I don't use a lot of wand in my craft. It's a massage wand, too. I don't use massage wands either. But I do like it for, any sort of spell having to do with, comfort or anything like that. Now, I don't use it. I haven't used it for myself. Any love spell or comfort spell, I haven't used it for me, personally. But I have used it in the last spell I did for my brother Spencer. So, I did do that. Alright, so here is a lizard. Now, back when I was a kid, she's my grandmother's cousin, who has since now passed on. But we would, she was an older lady, but she was like the first older lady that I, got to know and actually, liked. And she really liked this lizard that I had, and I brought it every time I would go. My grandmother would babysit me. I brought it with me, and she really liked this lizard, so yeah, I kept it around. I keep it around for her to, have a connection with her as well. Okay, so if you don't remember these things, I don't blame you, but it's the fish pendant and the bird that I used in that craft video, or a dedication, or a tribute to Barney and Sassy, when I made that jar full of sand, beads, and these two items. And I had the jars up here, but since I switched it around, they were way too big, so I literally just plucked these two things out, and I'm keeping these on the altar. I still have the jars, the bowls or whatever things. They're in like a drawer somewhere. They're in a drawer, and so now these are here. Alright, so this right here, these are literally just, okay, sorry, that was my finger, so don't be alarmed, that's not a ghost. But these are literally just like cake toppers, or like they can be used as well, they're cake toppers. But like they're from my favorite show, my favorite anime that that really, changed me for the better, I would say. And the whole show is, mainly about wizards and magic. But, in the magic, they also, emphasize friends and bonds with friends and family. So, I like to keep these on the altar because, to me, they are characters that I connect with because I hold the same values as that show of, keeping in family important, and bonds are more important than blood ties. So that's why I have these. That's why I have these, cake toppers on here from Fairy Tale. All right. Here is I'm pretty sure this is literally just a crystal quartz, maybe like a milk quartz maybe, but it's not a clear quartz, but like a milk quartz owl carving that was given to me by Jane because she was trying to get rid of a few things and she knew I liked, crystals and things of that nature, so she said put it in your bag, and I took it with me. And here it is on my altar space for them. Not for Jane, but for, everyone here. Alright. Alright, so this is literally, it's a cat. It's not just a cat. It's the Egyptian goddess Bastet in her cat form. And when I was first getting into, like, really going deep and hard into, like, witchcraft, that's low-hanging fruit, don't. But, like, when I went into witchcraft and I really wanted to do it, I, started, looking up a bunch of goddesses, gods that I wanted to connect with, bring into the practice, which I don't regret it, but it's not a beginner thing I should have done. I should have worked on basics like cleansing, protection, and grounding. But I do, I did it. Nothing has really happened. Nothing has really horribly happened. So, I keep her around as like a protective figure because she is a protective goddess of the home, women, and children. I'm not a child, I'm not a woman either, but of the home, she's here on this altar space just as a protective figure for Sassy and Barney. And Sassy and Barney to me are actually protective as well. These are some fake flowers I got from the Dollar Tree. I literally just shoved them into this jar, which I got from Hobby Lobby too. I was gonna use it for like a receptacle for water, but it didn't work out that way, so I literally just, repurposed it, and now I have some flowers in here. Some fake flowers that, just because I wanted it to look a little bit nicer than just, just this. So, that's what I have. And it was kind of like an offering to Barney and Sassy as well. Alright, so here is like it's a ceramic black dog statue with some moonstone and some arrowheads by their feet. And this, to me, just represents Artemis. Artemis, the hunting, a goddess of the wild and hunting. And I think you can probably guess why I have her on the altar as well. But if you can't, then go watch my other videos and you'll see why. But I have these arrowheads here as like an offering. And the moonstone, because she is a moon goddess, she is associated with the moon. And then black hunting dog, or not black dogs, but hunting hounds are associated with her as well. So, I do my research. So, as a correspondence with, Artemis, just easier for me to have something to look at when I'm trying to connect with a certain energy. Now you don't need altar space. You don't need statues. You don't need anything to be a witch. But I like having things to look at and to more easily connect me to that energy or that idea that I would like to, or that archetype that I would like to embody and work with. This is literally just a pine cone. Literally a pine cone for Artemis, because pine is it's a good offering to give to Artemis. So I picked up a pine cone at the park and I literally set it here. I had some flowers too, some wildflowers as well. Not wildflowers, but like flowers that, they were at the park as well. I since took them off because they were, being cut off from their source. They were literally dead. Alright, so I have another red stone. So literally on this side, I had this in a drawer for a long time. And pink and red stones. So right here, just here. And this, today when I'm filming this, I was looking for like a grabber, because I'm, 4'2". If you don't know, I'm 4'2". So like things up high are hard for me to get. So I was looking for like a grabber that I might have packed away. It was like a collapsible grabber. So like maybe I could like take it into like a store, and if I needed it, I could I can pull it out instead of like just walking in with a whole grabber that wasn't collapsible. That was my finger again. Sorry, I can't do this. I'm not professional enough. But I found this shell that I had, and it's just here because it looks nice. That's it. No big story about it. Alright, so this is like a bowl of a bunch of crystals. Well, not a bunch of crystals, but some of my crystals that I have that I associate with Bastet, Artemis, and Sass and Barney. And it's a lot. Some of them I got from Amazon, some of them I got from Jane, some of them I got from the metaphysical store my first metaphysical store that I walked into when I was starting. So that's, I have them in here. I am going to switch this bowl out. It's literally a bowl from the Dollar Tree, which, if you're getting into anything, the Dollar Tree, at least where I live, at least where we live, since I'm talking to mainly, people I know right now, but the place where we live, the Dollar Tree, it has some pretty good finds that you can use for almost anything. And I just got these glass bowls. There were 4 in a pack. So that's 1, that's 2. And I have 2 more on my main altar, which I'm not going to show you right now because it's not totally done. I'm adding one more thing, and then I'll maybe show it to you guys, and then I'll go through like what I working with and what I'm trying to bring in for that altar. So that's just not my main altar, but it's my altar right now. And like I said, I am going to be changing it for the fall time. And I just wanted to show you. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all guys next time.